What if I told you that a tiny seed, smaller than your fingernail, could be more powerful at protecting your heart than some of the most prescribed medications on the planet? What if this ancient superfood has been sitting in grocery stores for decades, yet most doctors never mention it to their patients? I'm Dr. Fernando Minocci, and after 15 years as a cardiac surgeon, I've seen thousands of hearts on my operating table. I've witnessed firsthand what happens when arteries become clogged, when heart muscle weakens, and when the body's most vital organ begins to fail. But I've also discovered something remarkable through my research and clinical experience. Nature often provides solutions that can be just as powerful and sometimes more effective than the medications we prescribe. Today, I want to share with you a discovery that has been quietly revolutionizing how we think about heart health. This ancient seed has been used for over 5,000 years, yet modern science is only now beginning to understand its incredible potential for cardiovascular protection. Before we dive deep into this topic, I want you to know that everything I share with you today is meant to complement, not replace, your current medical care. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your treatment plan. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening in hearts across America right now. Imagine your cardiovascular system as a vast network of highways. Your heart is the central pumping station, and your arteries are the roads that carry life-giving blood to every cell in your body. Now picture what happens when these highways start to develop cracks, when debris begins to accumulate, and when the pumping station starts to struggle under the pressure. This is exactly what's happening to millions of people over 50. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death in the United States, claiming one life every 34 seconds. But here's what most people don't realize. Much of this damage is preventable, and in many cases, it's even reversible. The problem is that we've been focusing almost exclusively on pharmaceutical solutions while overlooking some of nature's most powerful healing tools. The conventional approach to heart health typically involves a cocktail of medications. Statins to lower cholesterol, blood pressure medications to reduce strain on the heart, and blood thinners to prevent clots. While these medications certainly have their place and can be life-saving, they often come with a host of side effects that can significantly impact quality of life. Muscle pain, digestive issues, cognitive problems, and nutrient depletion are just a few of the challenges many patients face. But what if there was another way? What if we could harness the power of a food that has been nourishing human hearts for millennia, a seed so potent that recent studies suggest it might outperform some of our most trusted cardiac medications? The seed I'm talking about is flax. But not just any flax, and not in the way most people think about using it. The Linum usitatissimum plant, commonly known as flaxseed, contains a unique combination of compounds that work together in perfect harmony to support cardiovascular health in ways that single-ingredient medications simply cannot match. Let me tell you about Maria, a 72-year-old patient who came to see me last year. She had been struggling with high blood pressure for over a decade, taking 3 different medications that left her feeling dizzy and fatigued. Her cholesterol levels were climbing despite statin therapy, and she was becoming increasingly frustrated with the side effects of her treatment regimen. After discussing her options and working closely with her primary care physician, we decided to incorporate ground flaxseed into her daily routine while carefully monitoring her progress. 6 months later, Maria's transformation was remarkable. Her blood pressure had dropped to levels we hadn't seen in years, her cholesterol profile had improved significantly, and most importantly, she felt energetic and vibrant again. Her cardiologist was able to reduce one of her blood pressure medications, and we continued to see improvements with each follow-up visit. Now, I want to be crystal clear about something. Maria's success didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't due to flaxseed alone. She also made other important lifestyle changes, continued taking her prescribed medications as directed by her doctor, and maintained regular medical monitoring throughout the process. This is exactly the kind of collaborative approach I always recommend to my patients. So, what makes flaxseed so special for heart health? To understand this, we need to look at the 3 key components that make this tiny seed a cardiovascular powerhouse: omega, 3 fatty acids, lignans, and soluble fiber. Each of these works differently in your body, but together they create a synergistic effect that can be truly remarkable. Let's start with omega-3 fatty acids. Flaxseed is one of the richest plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, which is a type of omega-3 that your body can convert into the same heart-protective compounds found in fish oil. Think of omega-3s as nature's anti-inflammatory agents. They work like tiny firefighters, rushing to areas of inflammation in your blood vessels and helping to calm the immune response that can lead to arterial damage. When your arteries are chronically inflamed, it's like having a constant state of irritation in your cardiovascular highways. This inflammation causes the arterial walls to become sticky, attracting cholesterol and other particles that eventually form the plaques we associate with heart disease. Omega-3s help reduce the stickiness, making it less likely that dangerous buildups will occur. But here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike fish oil supplements, which provide preformed EPA and DHA, the ALA in flaxseed offers some unique advantages. Your body converts ALA to EPA and DHA as needed, which means you're getting a more regulated, sustained release of these important compounds. It's like having a time-release medication that your body controls naturally. The second superstar component in flaxseed is a group of compounds called lignans. If omega-3s are the firefighters, think of lignans as the repair crew. These powerful antioxidants don't just protect your heart, they actively work to repair damage that has already occurred. Flaxseed contains up to 800 times more lignans than most other plant foods, making it an incredibly concentrated source of these protective compounds. Lignans work by neutralizing free radicals, those unstable molecules that can damage cellular structures throughout your cardiovascular system. But they do something even more remarkable. They help regulate hormones that can impact heart health, particularly in women after menopause. As estrogen levels decline, women face an increased risk of heart disease. Lignans act as gentle hormone regulators, helping to maintain some of the cardiovascular protection that natural estrogen provides. The third component, soluble fiber, might seem less exciting than omega-3s and lignans, but it's equally important for heart health. Picture soluble fiber as a gentle street sweeper, moving through your digestive system and literally sweeping up cholesterol before it can be absorbed into your bloodstream. But this fiber does something even more sophisticated. It signals your liver to produce less cholesterol on its own. Your liver is constantly producing cholesterol because your body needs it for various functions. However, when you consume soluble fiber from flaxseed, it sends a message to your liver saying, in essence, we've got enough cholesterol coming in from food sources, so you can ease up on production. This natural regulation can be incredibly effective at maintaining healthy cholesterol levels. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. If flaxseed is so powerful, why isn't every doctor prescribing it? The truth is, medical education has traditionally focused on pharmaceutical interventions, and many physicians simply aren't trained in nutritional medicine. Additionally, there's no patent on flaxseed, which means there's less financial incentive for large-scale clinical trials compared to new drug development. However, the research that does exist is quite compelling. A study published in the journal Hypertension found that consuming ground flaxseed daily for 6 months resulted in significant reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. The reduction was so substantial that researchers estimated it could reduce the risk of stroke by up to 46% and heart attack by up to 29%. Another groundbreaking study examined the effects of flaxseed on cholesterol levels. Participants who consumed ground flaxseed daily saw their LDL cholesterol, often called bad cholesterol, drop by an average of 15%. Perhaps even more impressive, their levels of protective HDL cholesterol increased, creating a more favorable overall cholesterol profile. But here's what I find most fascinating as a cardiac surgeon. Flaxseed appears to work at the cellular level to improve the actual function of blood vessels. In a study measuring arterial flexibility, researchers found that people who consumed flaxseed regularly had blood vessels that were more elastic and responsive. This is crucial because stiff, inflexible arteries are a major risk factor for heart attack and stroke. Think of your arteries like garden hoses. When they're new and flexible, They can expand and contract easily, adapting to changes in blood flow and pressure. But over time, particularly when exposed to high blood pressure, inflammation, and other stressors, they can become rigid and brittle. Flaxseed appears to help maintain that youthful flexibility, even as we age. So, how do you harness the heart protective power of flaxseed? This is where many people make critical mistakes that can dramatically reduce the effectiveness of this powerful seed. First, and most importantly, flaxseed must be ground to be properly absorbed by your body. Whole flax seeds will pass through your digestive system largely intact, providing minimal benefit. Think of whole flax seeds like tiny locked treasure chests. Unless you have the key to open them, which in this case is grinding, you can't access the valuable contents inside. You can buy pre-ground flaxseed, often called flax meal, but there's a catch. Once flaxseed is ground, those precious omega-3 oils begin to oxidize when exposed to light, heat, and air. Oxidized oils not only lose their beneficial properties, they can actually become harmful to your health. This is why I always recommend grinding your own flaxseed fresh just before consuming it. Investing in a small coffee grinder dedicated solely to flaxseed is one of the best decisions you can make for your heart health. Grind only what you need for a day or two and store any extra in an opaque, airtight container in the refrigerator. The fresher your ground flaxseed, the more potent its heart protective benefits will be. The optimal amount, based on the research I've reviewed, appears to be around 2 to 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed daily. This provides approximately 6 to 9 grams of beneficial compounds without overwhelming your digestive system. If you're new to flaxseed, I recommend starting with just 1 tablespoon daily and gradually increasing over a week or two. This allows your digestive system to adapt to the increased fiber intake. Timing can also be important. I often suggest to my patients that they consume their flaxseed with breakfast, mixed into oatmeal, yogurt, or a smoothie. This not only makes it easy to remember, but also provides sustained energy and satiety throughout the morning. The soluble fiber in flaxseed can help slow the absorption of sugars from other foods, leading to more stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. But here's something many people don't realize. Flaxseed can interact with certain medications, particularly blood thinners and diabetes medications. This is why it's absolutely crucial to discuss adding flaxseed to your routine with your healthcare provider, especially if you're taking any prescription medications. Your doctor may need to monitor your blood work more closely or adjust your medication doses as your heart health improves. Let me share another patient story that illustrates this point perfectly. Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher, had been taking warfarin, a blood-thinning medication, for several years following a minor stroke. When he decided to add flaxseed to his diet after reading about its benefits online, he didn't think to mention it to his doctor. Within a few weeks, his routine blood work showed that his blood had become too thin, putting him at risk for dangerous bleeding. Fortunately, his physician caught this quickly and adjusted his warfarin dose accordingly. Robert was able to continue enjoying the benefits of flaxseed, but with proper medical supervision. This experience taught him, and reminds all of us, that even natural foods can be powerful enough to require professional guidance when combined with medications. Now, you might be wondering about other ways to incorporate flaxseed beyond simply stirring it into breakfast foods. The beauty of ground flaxseed is its versatility. It has a mild, nutty flavor that complements both sweet and savory dishes. You can add it to homemade bread recipes, where it not only boosts the nutritional content, but also helps create a more tender, moist texture. Many of my patients enjoy making what I call heart-healthy muffins by substituting a portion of the flour in their favorite muffin recipe with ground flaxseed. You can typically replace up to 1/4 of the flour with ground flaxseed without significantly altering the taste or texture of baked goods. For those who prefer savory applications, ground flaxseed makes an excellent coating for baked chicken or fish. Simply mix it with herbs and spices for a nutritious, crunchy exterior that's much healthier than traditional breading. You can also sprinkle it over salads, mix it into homemade salad dressings, or even add it to soups and stews during the last few minutes of cooking. One of my favorite ways to consume flaxseed is in what I call a cardiac smoothie. I blend ground flaxseed with berries, which are rich in antioxidants, leafy greens for additional nutrients, and a small amount of high-quality protein powder. This creates a heart-healthy meal that's perfect for busy mornings, and provides sustained energy for hours. But flaxseed isn't just about what it adds to your diet, it's also about what it might help you reduce. Many of my patients find that the satiety provided by flaxseed's fiber and healthy fats helps them naturally reduce their intake of less healthy foods. When you feel satisfied and energized from nutrient-dense foods like flaxseed, you're less likely to reach for processed snacks, sugary treats, or excessive portions at meals. This appetite-regulating effect can be particularly beneficial for heart health because excess weight, especially around the midsection, puts additional strain on the cardiovascular system. Think of your heart as an engine that has to work harder when carrying extra load. By helping you maintain a healthy weight naturally, flaxseed provides another layer of cardiovascular protection. I want to address a common concern I hear from patients about flaxseed and hormones. Some people worry that the phytoestrogens in flaxseed lignans might be problematic, particularly for men or women with a history of hormone-sensitive cancers. The research actually suggests the opposite. The lignans in flaxseed appear to have a balancing effect on hormones, neither dramatically increasing nor decreasing levels, but rather helping to regulate them more naturally. For men specifically, studies have shown that flaxseed consumption is associated with improved prostate health and may even help reduce the risk of certain types of cancer. The anti-inflammatory effects of flaxseed appear to benefit the entire body, not just the cardiovascular system. It's also worth noting that flaxseed provides benefits beyond heart health that can contribute to overall well-being as we age. The omega-3 fatty acids support brain health and may help maintain cognitive function. The fiber supports digestive health and can help prevent constipation, a common concern for older adults. The lignans provide antioxidant protection that may help slow the aging process at the cellular level. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing and utilizing nutrients from food. This is why the concentrated nutrition in flaxseed can be particularly valuable for people over 50. You're getting maximum nutritional impact from a relatively small amount of food, which can be especially important if appetite or portion sizes have decreased with age. Now, I want to be honest about potential challenges you might encounter when adding flaxseed to your routine. Some people experience digestive upset when they first start consuming flaxseed, particularly if they add too much too quickly or don't drink enough water. The high fiber content requires adequate hydration to move through your system comfortably. I always tell my patients to think of fiber like a sponge. If you don't provide enough water, that sponge becomes hard and difficult to work with. But with adequate hydration, it becomes soft and beneficial. Aim to drink an extra glass of water for every tablespoon of ground flaxseed you consume, at least initially, until your body adapts. Another consideration is storage and freshness. Whole flax seeds can be stored at room temperature for up to a year, but once ground, they should be used within a few days for maximum benefit. Some people find it helpful to portion out whole flax seeds into weekly amounts and grind them fresh every few days. This ensures optimal nutrition while minimizing waste. Quality also matters when selecting flaxseed. Look for organic flaxseed when possible, as conventional flaxseed may contain pesticide residues that could counteract some of the health benefits. The seeds should look plump and shiny, with a rich brown or golden color. Avoid any flaxseed that looks dull, shriveled, or has an off odor, as this may indicate rancidity. For those who travel frequently or have busy lifestyles, pre-portioned packets of ground flaxseed can be a convenient option, though they may be slightly less fresh than grinding your own. Some companies now package ground flaxseed in nitrogen-sealed containers to preserve freshness, which can be a good compromise between convenience and quality. I'm often asked whether flax oil provides the same benefits as ground flaxseed. While flax oil does contain the omega-3 fatty acids, it lacks the fiber and lignans that make whole ground flaxseed so powerfully beneficial for heart health. Additionally, flax oil is much more susceptible to rancidity and oxidation, which can actually be harmful to your health. I generally recommend sticking with ground whole flaxseed for maximum benefit. Some patients ask about flaxseed supplements in capsule form. While these can provide some benefits, they typically contain much smaller amounts of the active compounds compared to ground flaxseed, and they miss the important fiber component entirely. Food-based nutrition is almost always more effective than isolated supplements because of the synergistic way that nutrients work together in their natural form. As we think about incorporating flaxseed into a heart-healthy lifestyle, it's important to remember that no single food, no matter how beneficial, can overcome the effects of an otherwise unhealthy diet and lifestyle. Flaxseed works best as part of a comprehensive approach to cardiovascular health that includes regular physical activity, stress management, adequate sleep, and a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Think of flaxseed as one important member of a heart-healthy team. Just as a symphony requires multiple instruments playing in harmony to create beautiful music, optimal heart health requires multiple elements working together. Flaxseed can be a powerful first violin in your cardiovascular orchestra, but it needs the support of other healthy lifestyle choices to create the full, rich sound of vibrant health. Regular moderate exercise remains one of the most powerful tools for cardiovascular health. Even simple activities like brisk walking for 30 minutes daily can significantly reduce heart disease risk. When combined with the anti-inflammatory and cholesterol-lowering effects of flaxseed, exercise becomes even more effective at protecting your heart. Stress management is another crucial component often overlooked in conventional cardiac care. Chronic stress floods your system with hormones like cortisol that can damage blood vessels and increase inflammation. Techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or even regular time in nature can complement the protective effects of flaxseed beautifully. Quality sleep is equally important for heart health. During sleep, your body repairs and regenerates, including the delicate tissues of your cardiovascular system. The magnesium in flaxseed may actually help improve sleep quality, creating another beneficial cycle for heart health. Let me outline a practical daily plan that many of my patients have found helpful for incorporating flaxseed into their heart-healthy routine. Start your morning by grinding 2 tablespoons of flaxseed in your dedicated coffee grinder. Mix this into your breakfast, whether it's oatmeal, yogurt, cereal, or a smoothie. Drink an extra glass of water with breakfast to support the fiber. If you're taking any medications, particularly blood thinners or diabetes medications, take them at their usual time and make note of when you consume your flaxseed. Some medications are best taken on an empty stomach, while flaxseed is most beneficial when consumed with food. Your healthcare provider can help you optimize the timing if needed. Throughout the day, focus on staying well hydrated and including other heart-healthy foods in your meals. Think colorful vegetables, fruits rich in antioxidants, lean proteins, and healthy fats from sources like nuts, olive oil, and avocados. These foods work synergistically with flaxseed to provide comprehensive cardiovascular protection. Consider keeping a simple journal for the first few weeks of adding flaxseed to your routine. Note how you feel, any changes in energy levels, digestion, or overall well-being. This information can be valuable to share with your healthcare provider and can help you track the benefits you're experiencing. Many patients ask me how long it takes to see results from flaxseed consumption. While some people notice improved energy and digestion within days, the cardiovascular benefits typically develop over weeks to months. Remember, you're supporting a complex system that took years or decades to develop problems. Healing and protection occur gradually but persistently. The research suggests that the most significant benefits become apparent after about 3 to 6 months of consistent daily consumption. This time frame allows for meaningful changes in cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and arterial function. However, the anti-inflammatory effects begin much sooner, so you're getting protection even before you see measurable changes in your lab work. I want to emphasize again the importance of working with your healthcare provider throughout this process. Regular monitoring of blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and other cardiovascular risk factors can help both you and your doctor see the positive changes occurring. In some cases, medication doses may need to be adjusted as your heart health improves. This collaborative approach between natural nutrition and medical care represents the future of healthcare, in my opinion. Rather than viewing food and medicine as separate entities, we're learning to use them together for optimal healing and disease prevention. Your doctor's expertise combined with nature's powerful healing compounds creates the most effective strategy for long-term cardiovascular health. As you begin or continue your journey toward better heart health, remember that small, consistent actions compound over time to create dramatic results. Adding flaxseed to your daily routine might seem like a minor change, but over months and years, it can contribute significantly to keeping your heart strong, your arteries flexible, and your energy levels high. Think about your future self. Picture yourself 5 or 10 years from now, with a heart that's strong and healthy, arteries that are clear and flexible, and energy levels that allow you to fully enjoy life with your loved ones. The choices you make today, including something as simple as adding ground flaxseed to your breakfast, are investments in that vibrant future. Your heart has been working tirelessly for you every moment of your life, beating over 2.5 billion times by the time you reach 60. It deserves the best care you can provide, and sometimes that care comes in the form of a tiny seed that contains the concentrated wisdom of thousands of years of human nutrition. I've shared this information with you because I believe in the power of education to transform lives. Knowledge gives you options, and options give you control over your health destiny. You now know about a powerful tool that has helped countless people improve their cardiovascular health naturally and safely. The journey to optimal heart health doesn't require dramatic changes or expensive interventions. Sometimes the most powerful healing comes from returning to the simple, whole foods that have nourished humans for millennia. Flaxseed represents this beautiful intersection of ancient wisdom and modern science, offering hope and healing in a form that's accessible to everyone. If you found this information helpful, I encourage you to share it with someone you care about, who might benefit from learning about flaxseed's heart protective properties. Often, the people we love most are facing similar health challenges, and sharing knowledge is one of the greatest gifts we can offer. Consider starting a conversation with your family members or friends about heart health. Sometimes these discussions can motivate everyone to make positive changes together, creating a supportive environment for better health choices. You might even consider grinding flaxseed fresh for a loved one who has difficulty with meal preparation, turning this healthy habit into an act of care and connection. Take a moment to think about which approach to incorporating flaxseed feels most sustainable for your lifestyle. Perhaps it's the morning smoothie routine, or maybe adding it to homemade baked goods appeals to you more. The best approach is the one you'll actually follow consistently, so choose what feels enjoyable and manageable for your daily routine. In the comments below, let me know which method you're most excited to try, or if you're already using flaxseed, share what approach has worked best for you. Your experience might inspire someone else to take that important first step toward better heart health. Together, we can create a community of people committed to natural, sustainable approaches to cardiovascular wellness. Remember, your heart health journey is unique to you, but you don't have to travel it alone. With the right information, professional guidance, and natural tools like flaxseed, you have everything you need to support your cardiovascular system for years to come. The tiny seed we've discussed today represents hope, healing, and the incredible power of nature to support human health when we choose to work in harmony with it.